Welcome, everyone, to Real Talk Rituals. Real talk, good vibes, zero judgment. Woot woot!
Woot woot. All right, everybody, buckle up because today we are stepping into one of our three sacred messes: ask the oracle, tell the tea, or confess the chaos.
Today, someone asked the Oracle for some advice. This is a doozy. Okay.
Doozy.
This is from Kim.
What up, Kim?
Kim? Whoop, whoop.
Kim!
All right. I need answers because I had a full spiritual meltdown in Target again.
Again. Okay.
I was standing there trying to decide between two beige throw pillows that looked exactly the same. And suddenly, my brain was like, maybe you should move to a new state, start a new career, shave your head, adopt a cat, become a minimalist, open a bakery, or just disappear into the mountains. All from a pillow. A pillow.
I've been there.
So why do I keep having these dramatic life reboot revelations in the middle of public places? Is this a sign from the universe? Unresolved trauma? Or am I just three overstimulating fluorescent lights away from going full feral forest witch?
Okay.
Sincerely,
First of all, Kim and I need to be friends, like besties. Because if it's not her, I don't want it. Because the way she wrote that is fabulous, for one. So kudos, Kim. But also, like, my soul literally speaks to this because me too. Like, I mean, I don't know what's more relatable. Like, you know.
Mine usually happen in Ross. We recently got a Ross here and there, me, so that's typically where I end. Or the Goodwill.
You just got a Ross?
Yeah, we just got a Ross.
You need to move.
Oh, trust me, I know. But anyway, either there or the Goodwill, I'll be wandering around like the other day I was looking at board games because I love board games. So does my granddaughter. And I was like thinking about places to move to while I was looking at board games. Had nothing to do with anything. And there I was going through my options in my brain.
Contemplating life.
Of where I can move to when I'm looking at this $1.25 board game.
Okay, so first off, can you read not the whole thing again, but she says she's looking at beige or beige. Can you read the part after that?
Yeah. Suddenly my brain was like, maybe you should move to a new state, start a new career, shave your head, adopt a cat, become a minimalist, open a bakery, or just disappear into the mountains.
So is that like, is she panicking? Is that what caused her, like, now she's kind of like freaking out, right?
Yeah, because she couldn't decide on which pillow to buy. And now all these life change
decisions,
all these decisions are coming up and she doesn't know what to do about it.
Okay, so I call this this stage of growth. Sorry, this chair is not comfortable at all. I'm like in a hotel again, and I, deal with it. Okay. This is called, or what I like to call, decision paralysis. Okay. Now, yes, it does come from past trauma. It comes from like overstimulation, and obviously I'm not a doctor or a therapist or anything like that. I just been through what I've been through when I've been through it. And I know this stage. And I know what it feels like for the most mundane seeming decisions or things to spiral you out of control. And one of the things you need to know is that you're not alone. Like, this is normal. It is a normal, even though it hasn't happened to you maybe quite this intensely before. And that's probably why you're like, oh, like, what is this? for those of us that have been going through our cycles for a while, this is something that happens often. And we learn things like breathing exercises and, depending on how deep you want to go into it, meditation or going on a walk or journaling. I would say for this situation, journaling is probably going to be the best bet because it sounds like she just has so much in her brain, she needs to dump it. And then once you dump it, you can kind of do like a inventory and decide, and we talked about this before about inventory, like then you decide what to keep, what's real, what's not real, you know? And then also there's another exercise that you can do, especially if you're out in public places, that you can start noticing things that are real. Like, oh, if you're looking at board games, like, oh, that's a board game. I know Yahtzee. The floor is tile. Like these are things that I've actually done to take my mind out of a spiral. When you start looking at real things or touch them or smell something and think about the smell, it throws off that spiral. So those are some things that I hope can help her, but also just knowing that we all go through this. It's a natural part of being uncomfortable so you can grow. The universe is telling you something. It's saying, listen, Linda, there's a lot going on up there and I need you to dump it in a journal so that we can reconfigure this space in our brain. What do you think, Em?
Yeah.
That was a lot.
I also think a little bit shifting on that it may not necessarily, it could still be the decision paralysis as you point it, but that you're made for something more and you feel like you're in a place to where it's time to make a decision on how to move forward with where you want to be, not necessarily just it's hard for you to make the right decision, but that you're not in a place where you need to be. So maybe you do want to go feral and be in the mountains, or as you refer to it as going full feral forest witch. That's
that's my jam.
That is totally an option, know, but I feel like that's kind of possibility of a place where you're at is, you're made for something more. And, so when you're grocery shopping and you're standing in front of the spaghetti sauce and you see ragu or you see prego and it just throws you into a spin, maybe because that, what, I know I'm made for more and I don't want prego or ragu. I want to make enough money to where I can make my own spaghetti sauce and sell it for
fly it in from Italy.
Fly it in from Italy or go to Italy every weekend to eat the spaghetti.
I love it. I'm here for it.
So in that regard, I think there's a lot of just desires that you have within yourself and of all the possibilities and you just want to figure out what is the right path to take to get there and go out into the fucking wilderness. You know what? Burn your shit. Write it all down. Like she said, just dump it on paper and burn it and then throw some damn glitter on it.
Okay. So what Kim needs to know, let's lay it out for her. She's not alone. This is normal. We've talked about a couple of ways that you can pull yourself out of it so you can keep your ever-loving shit together in Target or wherever you are. And brain dump. And then also, whatever she's talking about, like the witch and the forest, all the things, obviously, like you said, there's some desire there to be doing something different than what she's doing now. So I would say we don't want to force anything because you want to be in flow, but start paying attention to like what lights your soul on fire. Like it might not be beige or beige. Like that might not be what just like lights you up. But if that's what it takes to stir something up inside of you and bring out the stuff that's been dormant, so be it. Like, this is a good thing. I think it's fabulous that Kim is recognizing enough that she had this moment that she's willing to even write in and be like, what the hell is going on? Because I ask myself that every fucking day. Like,
Yeah.
I'll hit certain points of the day.
Before my feet even hit the floor, like, what the frick and heck is happening right now?
Yeah.
I'm not even out of bed. What's happening?
Yeah. And here, and to, as far as that goes, like, I've actually been paying attention to when I wake up a lot about where my emotions are. Did I remember my dream or not? If I did, I need to write it down because I want to figure it out in ChatGPT later. Like, what am I carrying? Am I carrying anything from yesterday? I feel like once you recognize the emotions and if you start out doing that inventory, and I don't think that you have to do this every morning, but I do feel if you feel some angst in the morning, like how you're talking about, where you're like, what the hell? It can help because once you name something, you can either let it go or categorize it. And I've been doing that a lot lately. Again, I don't think that this is for everyone, and that's okay. And I don't think that everyone is going to need to do this. I've just been noticing for myself lately that I have had some of that angst. And it's such a funny thing because I'm in this hotel, and yesterday I got here super late. I'm exhausted, didn't sleep the night before, so I'm just trying to keep my energy up to get through what I need to before I go to bed. And I'm hanging up my little, the like the bag for your toiletries, and it opens and it has a hook. Okay. So the hook piece has like a little rubber piece on it, and it fell on the ground, but I didn't know that that's what it was because I'm doing like 5 things at once, just trying to get everything situated in the bathroom so I don't have an issue waking up in the morning. I hang it up and I see it on the ground and I'm like, what the hell is that? I didn't know where it was, or I didn't know what it was, and so I left it literally where it was at, didn't touch it. I was like, I don't know what it is, so I don't know what to do with it. And so I left it on the floor. And then the next day, I'm getting ready. I go downstairs. I come back up. I'm changing my clothes, doing all the things. And I got to grab something from that bag, and it clicks. It dawns on me. Oh, that thing hooks on. It's on the end of the hook, so it doesn't scratch anything. It's like a rubber piece. So I pick it up, and I put it back on there. And like I went through this. And this is just because her story is so like mundane. This also is very mundane. But I had this whole life revelation of like, oh, and it made me think about things that I maybe made a decision too quickly. Like, had I thrown, this sounds so ridiculous, but had I thrown that piece away, they would have come and cleaned my shit in the morning. And then it's not the biggest deal, but you don't want that to scratch things like that. There's a reason it's there. And if I had thrown it away, I wouldn't have had it anymore. It would have been gone. Not a huge deal, but I do that in my life a lot where I make a decision too quickly. And that's something that I have been really sitting on lately is when I'm making decisions. There's a lot of changes happening right now, a lot of cycles that are ending and new things coming. And so that was just like a little tidbit of what happened that kind of blew my mind, like so simple, but I guess my point is when little things like that happen, get curious, ask it questions. Why do I feel like this? Where is it coming from? Oh, this feeling? Okay. And then if you don't have an answer right now, that's okay. Like brain dump it, do it later. But like, these are ways that we work through things. I just thought it was really weird that happened to me. Then it seemed so mundane. And then this happened, like, this is what we're talking about today. So I felt the need to share it because I literally felt so silly because I was like, holy cow, like how crazy that I waited and the right thing happened and I put it back up. Like, and then I started going through my life in the last like few weeks. Okay. And now I can apply that to bigger decisions that happen coming down the line. And when the bigger decisions come, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to leave it just like I left that little rubber piece. I'm going to leave it and come back to it. Like, and being okay to just leave it. This sounds really crazy, but it really was like, I hope anyone, like, can relate to this in a way, because like it seemed so small. And I mean, I feel kind of like how Kim feels. She's like, what the hell? That was so basic. Like, where is this coming from? See, Kim, me too. Like, it was so basic. And yet I'm contemplating my whole life and my future decisions based on leaving a little rubber thing on the ground.
Well, yeah, I think that's why I tend to wake up like that, with that feeling, when I just have a feeling of unease and I can't pinpoint where it's coming from. The majority of the time I don't feel that way, but recently it's been, there's just been a lot of changes and everything, and but the majority of the time I'll wake up, between 2:30 and 4, typically almost nightly, and get new ideas, and then I have to get up and write them down. Otherwise I'll forget about them. Or if I don't write them down, I'll stew on them, and then I'll be freaking exhausted because I won't go back to sleep. And that's when I tend to say, what the hell's going on? Because why did I get that thought? And then I'm so tired, and then when you're exhausted, you get in that mode. You don't know what you're thinking when you're so tired, It doesn't make any sense at all. So then I was like, why the hell didn't I write that down? So I think that's where mine comes from. But I also think that I hope, Kim, that I'm thinking positive, that you don't want to shave your head. You're not in any sort of witness protection program, because if you're going to go into the woods, you don't want to shave your head. It's freaking cold. Don't do it. You can adopt a cat if you need it. Maybe that's a sign that you need a companion. I think this is another one of those, we need a little bit more information. Have you just left a relationship, and maybe you're trying to fill that void, and maybe that's why you're thinking, should I move? Should I start a new career? Should I adopt a cat? But I'm thinking it's more along the lines of, that you're made for more, and you just don't know the direction you need to go to get there, because that's kind of where I am in my life a lot of times too. Right now, including, right in this time, because I know that I'm made for more. I have so many things that I'm planning, and so many things that I want to do, and so many things that I am doing. And it's hard to really pinpoint the one direction to go. So then it's not, like you said, it's not an issue of beige or beige. It's, that's such a metaphor for which road should I take. They're both made of asphalt. Which, left or right? Which way do you go?
I feel like, I hope that this helps, because I know that we can kind of spiral ourselves, but it's all out of love, and it's all meant to, like, hopefully something, because we have two brains with two different perspectives, and the both of us have been through a lot. And so I think what I'm hoping is that even my weird day-to-day crap, like being in my hotel and leaving a little rubber piece down on the ground and not throwing it away until I figure out what it is, and then being able to put it there, right? I'm hoping that these little messages help not just Kim, but other people, like that it pulls something out of them where they're like, oh, I do feel this way. Or, oh, I haven't named that yet. Maybe I should ask it a few questions and figure out where it comes from. Or you have a feeling and you're like, this doesn't feel very good. And instead of just sitting on it and being like, pushing it back under the rug, you actually bring it to light. And as we know, Jamie Bond says, 90 seconds to filter through your body is what it takes for a feeling. So if you really give that feeling or that angst or that spiral the full 90 seconds to work through your body, you may not have the full answer of what you want, but you'll have a starting point, as opposed to just feeling anxiety and down and emotionally drained, to where you're in the store and you literally walk out the store and you didn't even get what you came in for because of beige or beige. you know?
I
But
have that problem still. When I go into a store, I have to have a list. Otherwise, I will literally leave with nothing.
really?
Yes, which is why I do online grocery now. I
I
go pick it up
see, but I'm
because
not like you. I don't. The reason I need a list is not, I think, for the same reason as you. The reason I need a list is because I'll buy whatever. I'll buy it all. It's $1 off. I might need it at some point,
oh yeah, clearance aisle is the first
and
place I
it won't be
go.
$1 off the next time I come. So I have to get it now. I
Yeah,
am, I am the squirrel. Like, you know, I can't go down aisles because I will spend the money. So my reasoning for online shopping is that because then I just go to my little cart of what I've bought before and I just add my normals. And I don't, it saved me so much money doing that. But also, I'm sure if I did go into the store, I mean, I do have to go every once in a while. I don't need just groceries all the time.
right.
Um, and some things I need now and I don't want to wait 2 days for Amazon. So I will go to the store. And I was looking at mops the other day. Steam mop or a mop that vacuums and mops, or one that doesn't steam but mops but has spinnies. When I tell you how long I stood on that aisle and stared in this same glass case, people probably thought I was on something, which I don't care. I just think it's funny because someone came twice and I feel like they're going to be like, ma'am, are you okay? But in my head, I'm like, they better not ask me because I almost have this figured out. They better not distract me because I'm almost to a decision. But I get it. Decision making can be like, what if I buy this, and this is real talk, like what's happened in my head. What if I buy the vacuum that mops and vacuums and it doesn't steam and it just doesn't do what I want it to do? Then I have to return it. And, so I'm like, I want to get it right the first time. Decision making, even on small things.
I mean, I can go in if I go in and I'm looking for one thing, I'll just go get that thing. But I'm mainly talking about like
Yeah.
groceries because I can't just go in and let's get some things for dinner for the next week. I will literally leave with nothing, which is why I do online shopping and for the other reason of impulse buying. But usually, if I do go into the store, John's with me or something, so we will typically go to the same aisles and. He'll be like, yeah, no, we don't need that. Or I'll say it to him.
Dude, that's the problem. I'm single. I don't have a built-in filter. Like, your husband is a built-in filter. I don't have that. So I go in and I only have my filter. And some days that wounded little girl just needs to buy some shit, add to cart. Like, sometimes I buy things because it makes me feel good. And I don't feel bad about that.
I had the same issue with vacuum cleaners. You were talking about the steam mop. By the way, Shark steam mop. Love it. Anyway, so
where were you yesterday or the day before?
Spot cleaners. I went to Walmart and I was in the aisle of the vacuums, the steam cleaners, the carpet cleaners and everything. And I stood there for a good, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes. And then somebody came in the aisle. So I went around like I was going to look for something else, but so I waited for them to leave just so I can go back and look again. So finally, I ended up just ordering it online because I didn't like any of them, and people kept coming in the aisle, and it was irritating the shit out of me. So I just went home and ordered one on Amazon.
Oh my gosh!
Like I need to
I love you.
I need my own shopping time. I need to call Walmart and be like, Emmy is coming into Walmart.
I call this time from this time and nobody else can come on my aisles. I reserve these aisles.
You go to Disneyland like before it really opens, so you're one of the 100 people there or whatever. That's what needs to happen at Walmart.
They do have that at Costco, but you have to be a certain age. So I don't know if you fall.
Oh, probably.
I don't know if you can do that.
Probably not. Yeah.
Not yet.
Anywho, I like how you said that we spiral sometimes because conversations like this, you know?
Exhibit A, no. I like I really want to land that experience with the little rubber thing because I feel like it was so impactful. I want people to understand how impactful it was. But you know, I spiral.
No. I mean, when somebody
Welcome.
submits a question, they just need to be prepared for whatever answer comes.
And sometimes it's a long roundabout way.
I
You
mean,
know?
by me sharing my story about the vacuums, by Thylene sharing her story about the steam mop, it does go hand in hand with the beige pillows because, you really don't know which one. So you spend so much time making a decision and then you either make it or you leave and you say, you know what, I'm going to come back to it later. So
Yeah.
again, more information. Did we end up buying the beige or did we end up buying the beige?
Okay, but can we please point out that it's okay? I'm what I call a both girl. When I sometimes when I go to make a decision, I just don't and I buy both. Fuck it. Like I kind of want okay, here's a really good example that's kind of embarrassing and I'm okay with that. Some most days I want iced coffee in a venti, but I also want hot coffee in a tall because I really want iced coffee more than I want hot coffee. But I want both. So my ass orders both. And when I first started doing this, I was like, here's how I ordered venti ice, blah, blah, blah. And then my friend wants a hot da 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 da. And this was back when I cared more about what other people think. And now I go and I just order it all. And I'm like, one girl was like, you get the same thing a lot. I'm like, uh-huh. She's like, is it just you? And I'm like, uh-huh. She's like, I love that. And I'm like, me too. I'm a both girl. Like, if I want both, I will get both. And that goes for anything.
Well, to
So
be fair,
permission granted.
I too prefer iced coffee because my logic there is I don't drink it fast enough anyway. So if I had a hot coffee, it would cool down by the time I got to the end of it anyway. So why don't I just buy a cold one to begin with? Now, that being said, on the weekends, my lovely husband brings me an iced coffee every Saturday when him and Aubrey go to breakfast. I also am a little bit bougie because I really like mushroom coffee. So I will make myself a hot mushroom coffee with peppermint mocha, sugar-free creamer in it. And then I'll also drink the iced coffee. So
at least the mushroom coffee is good for you. I mean, if you're going to look at that, you have like the good and the bad, right?
Yeah.
I'm totally here for it. So I support you, Em.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's your class? I need you to use your stuff.
Oh, I was too busy talking about mushroom coffee. It's called Everyday Dose, by the way. It's real good.
I've had it. It's the one that holographic, whatever, on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got a free cup and a free little blender and some matcha. Yum. I'm looking for the clap.
Okay. Don't say that.
Okay, that is freaking funny. I don't care who you are. That was like the quote of the night.
Well, I think Kim is fantastic. Like I said, she needs to be my bestie. But also, if she watches this episode and she gets more questions than answers, I would encourage her to write us again because side segment clarification can be as well. We can deep dive into that, like there is information that we don't have. We don't know what's going on in our life right now. And Sometimes people aren't ready to talk about that. I have some of those myself. But if Kim wants to clarify and dive even deeper, I'm super down for that, because I think that when we talk about these things, as funny as we are about it, like how we banter and all of that, like in all seriousness, this is what growth looks like. You know, it looks like the shit and the glitter, like the duality of the dark and the light. And I think what happens is that we feel the dark and then we forget that the light is also still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. The sun is still there. It's just covered by clouds. You know, it's still there.
Or it's on the other side of the world, with the rotation.
But they have sun. It didn't go nowhere. I mean, it went on the other side of the world, but you know what I mean. It's still there. You can still access it, and it comes back around.
Show does.
This too shall pass. So I would love to deep dive for Kim if she's wanting to. And also, I feel like we covered a lot of that. Like, I just hope that people can take what we talk about and apply it to their lives. Because that's why, I mean, for me, that's my why. When we talk about these things, that's how we heal. When we talk about these things, that's how we open up spaces that were so closed off we didn't even realize they were there. And that's, I think, what's happening to Kim, is that something's been deep down and some changes happened, like you said. And it just took this one situation where she got a little stressy, and it brought that up. And then our brains get confused because we don't know it's there. And we're like, oh my gosh, what's this? And that's where the anxiety, the angst comes from. So
yeah,
talking, journaling, breathing, it all helps through these things. And then once you let it flow and you decide what to do with it, that's when you can move on and grow to the next level.
Yeah. And I think that if anybody can relate to it, not even Kim, but if you can relate to what Kim is going through or anything that we talked about, if you can relate to the little piece of rubber that fell on the floor, you can let us know. Feel free. So
in the comments, put it in the comments.
Yep.
Let us know how this resonated with you. We love to hear.
I almost busted into song. Let it snow.
I know.
Let it snow. I don't want it to snow.
No, I know you don't. But I was waiting for you to do that because in my head I was, let it snow, let it snow. But is that not even it? I'm thinking of.
No, it's let it go. Let it
go. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, that felt like free therapy.
Except we're not therapists. We only talk and look like we are.
If you got something to ask, tell, or confess,
visit us at iamherthepodcast.com. Scroll down to Real Talk Rituals and submit your contribution.
Trust me, we love your chaos.
And if you learned something today, we want your input. Did Kim buy beige, or did she buy beige?
Until next time.
Thank you for listening to Real Talk Rituals. Bye, everybody.